You're watching a segment of The Splash, Greater West Bloomfield's news magazine show. Welcome back to The Splash. I'm your host, Jonathan Jackson, alongside George Moore today for his last episode, unfortunately, but glad to have you here, George.
It's good to be here, Jonathan. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's your first time with me here at the desk. How are you liking it so far?
Nice and comfortable. You do a good job here. Make me feel comfortable. Make this old guy work for his money. And
Well, you're doing a good job, too, I got to say. You just handled it very well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Like I said, it's fun being here. It's been fun being here.
How long have you been with Civic Center TV, by the way?
Since the beginning for us in 2013. And having that close connection with the big guy, Dave. He says, I got some things here I want you to do. And I had no idea what it was. Mm-hmm. But I did know he was doing some work here with the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Commission. So things started popping up, started getting on camera and getting comfortable with it.
Yeah, you're reporting early for early assignments.
Early assignments. And for me, the structure of everything had to be maybe a little different from my radio days, because during those days it was just a microphone in front of me and a couple of thousand people out there. But here's the visual, and it's been quite unique.
Speaking of radio, by the way, maybe our viewers might not know this, but you got your start in radio. You were even called Smooth George Moore, is that right? How did you get that nickname?
That's a nickname Dave Scott put upon me from my days at the jazz station here, V98.7.
Okay.
But yeah, my radio career goes back to the late 70s, starting here in Detroit, going to Texas, to Houston for a year, and then staying out in L.A. for about 25 years.
Wow, very long time, yeah.
So, it's been a journey, been quite an experience. I've experienced a lot of things. I'm just at the stage now where put in the time now just to kind of relax a little bit and be with my bride and, just walk off into the sunset or something like that.
Well, you've had such a long career here, but also, like I said, in radio and TV. Do you prefer one or the other, or is one that you enjoy doing more?
Actually, no, Jonathan. There's no real preference. I feel comfortable in both. It's just the years of radio kind of make me more comfortable with that. So I can literally do that in my sleep, and I think I have quite a few times.
You find yourself talking in your sleep. I have the same problem. Apparently, my family says so. I don't think I do, but they say I do. So.
It's not like sleep apnea, but no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But how about you tell us a little bit though about where you what you think now of Civic Center TV? How much it's grown, here in West Bloomfield?
Civic Center TV has grown so much in that time frame. I feel honored to have been a part of its beginning and taking it as far as I could in my contribution. But you guys are just busy and so creative. It's just been a pleasure working with all the kids. I call you kids. It's not a derogatory thing. It's because, to me, you are.
Kids, yeah.
But
we're all younger, right?
The talent here is just at such a level where it's been taken to that level now. And it can only get better with, people like yourself and Katie and all the others here who put this together on a frequent basis, and it looks so good. Yeah. So I'm going to miss that part of it, but I like being on the ground floor of things like this and then just see it become big in the future. And when I see you, Mr. Jackson, on some network show, I work with that young man.
Yeah. I learn from the best, right? Yeah.
So
well, you also miss, the people here too in West Bloomfield. Have
the
you made friendships?
The community has been great. I've established some good connections, and it is always heartwarming to go out when we do assignments, and someone will walk up and says, "I feel like I know you. I'm always seeing you. You're one of us." Mm-hmm. And when you get to that point, doing anything, especially when you're dealing with broadcasting and you're out in the community, that is so important, right from the beginning. And again, I want to say to the folks in the greater West Bloomfield area, you've made me feel very welcome, and it's been quite an experience. I feel like I know all of you as well.
Yeah, exactly. Something here so long, but
I'm going to miss that connection. But, you know, in today's technology, you never know where I might pop up again.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, even though you're moving to Jackson, Mississippi, you said, and with your bride, which you mentioned earlier, but, you know, what's next for George Moore? Do you think out there you guys will get involved in any radio or maybe keep practicing or something else?
Well, the voice is the last thing to go.
Yeah.
That's just like with a boxer. His punch is the last thing to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
So as long as I can ably speak and communicate, I'll be doing something. I do have an internet jazz show, which has been on a hiatus for like forever because I've been so busy here, so you have to kind of prioritize. Right. I'll probably start doing that again on a limited basis.
Will you continue blogging as well? Or?
I'll be blogging. I'm not sure into what extent, but it may even come back here. My fiancée Brenda and I are talking about doing a project together because she's into entertainment. She used to be in a band.
Okay.
So we're thinking about things for our age group that we could make good and entertaining. Yeah. And I might know a little bit about that. So,
but it sounds like the future's bright, though, and that's what's important. You know,
the future is bright. It's because of her. I mean, we were childhood sweethearts back in our teens. We just got back together on Facebook.
Social media.
A few years ago, and thank you, Mr. Zuckerberg. And we found out we still had a connection there. And when you come across something like that, you don't let it go. If you feel your happiness will be there from that point on, that's the direction you go. And that includes everything, work, play, all of that. I'm at the stage now of my life, and of course, yeah, people may not know, there's some health issues, but I'm going to be here. Yeah. I'm going to be here.
Yeah, and we won't forget you either, George. You've left your mark, as they mentioned in the package Deb mentioned, and Rick and Dave, and, you know, you've definitely been a big impact here and on me as well. So I want to thank you for joining me today, and thank you for that. So.
Thank you, my good man, and you go on and do what you're supposed to do.
Hey, that's right, I
Get
will.
Big.
I will continue to do so. Thank you, George.
Thank you.
All right, well, my thanks again to George for joining me on the show today. And, you know, once again, guys, as he moves to Jackson, Mississippi, remember him. Remember to look out for him. You know, he's still got big things planned. He'll just be in a different area. So he'll always be a part of Civic Center TV. Thanks for watching a segment of The Splash. To catch the entire show or other segments, watch us on Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T Channel 99. Or look us up online at thesplash.tv. And listen to us on WBLD 89.3, the all-new Lakes FM.